I'll try to find a decent shirt.
Hello, 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 hello.
Hi.
Welcome, welcome to the inaugural episode, very number one episode of Shape Your Truth podcast. I'm Dr. Kamika Baylor, and we have our special guest, Jasmine Young, with us today. And on this
Um,
channel or on this podcast, we talk about weight loss, we talk about self development, and we talk about self realization. And it's going to be people's opinion, their story is going to be relatable, carefree, and just a little chit chat to see how you're doing with your weight loss journey and what happened and what you can share with the people so that we can get a better understanding of you and a better understanding of your journey. So today episode, we are going to talk about real life transformation. And I have Jasmine here. She is one of my students or one of my clients. I like to call them students. I don't know why, but they're clients. And she did my 21-day Team 21 challenge, and she did it multiple times. And then she went into a 6 months membership with me to get ready for her bypass surgery. So she's here today, and she's going to share her success story, her story in general. So Jasmine, let us know who you are.
oh, well, hi, my name is Jasmine Young. As she said, I have been with Kamika for almost a year now, right? I am a business owner. I want to scale my business to more, more teaching than doing hands-on. And also I want to help other business owners start out and just guide them through, the the paperwork and how to get started. But ultimately, in order to do all of that, I also have to have, take care of myself as well. I can't, have all these plans and all these goals and I'm neglecting myself. So that's why I initially reached out to Dr. Kamika to just help me get started. Like I didn't know where to start, even though the majority of my doctors like do this, do this, do this. Okay, you could say do this, do this, do this, and it still won't, click. It's easy for somebody to say it and they're not in your position. So when I started with your program and with the community and with the support and the encouragement, it really helped me get the weight off that I needed to get off in order to have the surgery because they were really strict
Mm-hmm.
about having the weight loss, which it was only 20 pounds, but that was a lot for me.
Mm-hmm.
So your program helped me with that tremendously.
Yeah, I'm so glad. So I'm gonna bring it back a little bit. Well, I'm gonna talk about we. She's had a weight loss surgery. I've had weight loss surgery. She's recently had it. She's brand new, just a couple of weeks out, and I'm 20 plus years out. So our experiences, although they're a lot the same, they're quite different. And what she's talking about is when now there's some criteria that you have to meet before, not just medical criteria. Now there's actual prep like learning and evaluation and classes that you have to go to. And the doctor may deem that you need to lose a certain amount of weight before they agree to do the surgery. So they have to go through classes now, which they didn't have to do when I didn't have to do when I had my surgery, and which is a good thing. And they have to meet with a dietitian and they have to meet with the psychiatrist. We did do that. And they have to meet with the doctor uh, more than one time, which is which is new too. I didn't have to meet with my doctor as many times as she had to go. But
If everybody is on their target, the program that I went to, it takes about 6 months through learning and training, I guess if you will, to be able to be approved for your surgery. But it took me a year. It took
Mm-hmm.
me 1 year to get there. So it all depends on what you have going on. It also depends on their scheduling too.
Mm-hmm.
So and I think in the last 4 months they became really busy, and
Mm-hmm.
so I had to wait and
Okay.
do a couple of the generic X-rays and ultrasounds over again because they had expired because
Tired,
I
yeah. Mm-hmm.
yeah. So it's a process. It is a process.
Mm-hmm. But you being modest, you lost more weight, more than 20 pounds.
I did lose more than
She
20
being modest. She was
pounds.
did really good, and she was a model patient. She was a model. I mean, I gotta get used to not saying patient all the time, but she was a model client, and she did very well and with the program. How ready were you for starting when your mind when you got there? Because I think readiness is a big part of going into a weight loss journey.
Readiness is important. I was extremely ready. I already knew everything. I asked multiple questions. I remember the doctor was just laughing at me, not in a, like talking about me. He was just laughing because I guess he didn't expect me to have all these questions. I literally had a list of questions I wanted to ask. So I was extremely ready with the know and what I needed to take beforehand and what I needed to do afterwards. But I do want to say, as ready as I was, I still didn't, expect certain things the way they were. Like I knew they were going to happen. I knew, about the aftermath of the surgery and everything. So I think as ready as I was, being that like not knowing the
Mm-hmm.
physical of it, it,
Mm-hmm.
it
Mm-hmm.
kind of like shocked me and kind of like took me aback. Like, oh, okay. But I knew what was going on when it was happening. So it's all
So
about adjusting and
yeah.
assimilating to your new
Mhm.
body, basically.
So a year ago, how would you gauge your readiness a year ago from when you had your surgery last month?
A year ago, I was just mostly reading and trying to listen to the classes, but it wasn't until I started talking to other people who went through the surgery and listened to their experiences. And everybody is so different.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody have so many different things that they
Story.
go through. Yeah,
Mhm.
and so I was like, oh, okay. And then also me personally knowing a couple of people who went through the surgery, so I picked their brains
Mhm.
some people was like, yeah, go for it. Some people was like, no, don't go for it. But
Mhm.
ultimately I had to make the decision for myself.
Right, right. And it's a big decision. It's a permanent life change. But when
Hmm.
people ask me, would you do it again? I say yes, I would do it again every single time. So because there's a lot of biases and stigmas that go along with being overweight. And so some of that also is needed in losing the weight as well. Some
Hmm.
social, emotional, psychological, it's multifaceted. So
Yeah.
on that um, front, did you grow up always being overweight?
I always was the bigger out of everybody, the bigger sibling. My dad talks about, yeah, I have three daughters, one big, one small, and one medium. So I was the big one always. I've always been a little bit taller than everyone. And so ultimately, I didn't look how I weighed, the
Mm-hmm.
amount of pounds that I weighed, but I was that weight. So yes, I did grow up always being overweight, but I will also like to mention that I always was very active.
Mm-hmm.
I played volleyball, I played basketball growing up. I was in cheerleading, drill
Mm-hmm.
team. I rode bikes, I skated, so I
Mm-hmm.
always was active. Yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
it really didn't it didn't like, dawn on me. I was just like,
Mm-hmm.
this is how I am.
Mm-hmm. And that's a lot. Another thing you brought up, that you are active. A lot of people assume that the kid is lazy and inactive.
Mhm.
I was active too. I was like a professional dancer, you know, at
Mhm.
a young
I was
age.
very active. Went hiking.
Yeah.
I was a Girl Scout, so we
Mm-hmm.
always went to outdoors, and so yeah. It wasn't until I had my last child that um I gained the weight and it didn't go anywhere, and then
Mm-hmm.
it kept going up, 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 up because of other
Mm-hmm.
factors. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
You mentioned other factors. Um, how important do you feel like mindset is uh helping you having a new mindset? How important was that? And what was your mindset before?
Before the surgery, before I realized that I needed to make a change in my life, my
Mm-hmm.
mindset was I was very down on myself. I was going through postpartum depression. So for about a couple of years, and people didn't understand that.
Mm-hmm.
So people thought I was being lazy. I couldn't
Mm-hmm.
get up and clean up my room. My room was never dirty.
Mm-hmm.
And then to the fact where it's just stuff all over the place, just in a disarray. And so that was going on for like at least 2 years, two to 2.5 years. And then I gained almost 100 extra pounds,
Mm-hmm.
more than when I had my last child. I was almost 100 pounds heavier than when
Mm-hmm.
the day I gave birth.
Oh.
So that alone, took a toll on a lot of not just my weight, but mentally speaking down on myself.
Mm-hmm.
It affected my hygiene,
Mm-hmm.
even my teeth. So postpartum depression really did a number on that aspect of it. But I just thank God that I was able to get out of it, and it's only through God that I was able to
Yeah.
wake up from that was
Yeah.
pretty much a
But
trance of,
a fog. Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Mm-hmm.
It was definitely a fog. And then God was just like, Jasmine, if you don't get up, you are more than that. You are my
Right.
child. You are
Right.
this. You are an image of me.
Right.
So I got up and I started seeking different ways
Mm-hmm.
to change. I started going to church.
Mm-hmm.
That was a major factor in my mindset.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, the mindset is everything starts with your mind. Everything starts with your mind. You have to know that, hey, this is, like you said, it is a life changing surgery. So this is for the rest
Mm-hmm.
of my life. This is not, oh, let me just lose a couple of pounds, like yada yada yada. I can't have sugar. I
Mm-hmm.
can't have carbs. I have to change everything how I eat. I have to change how I exercise. Like I need, when I say change, I need add more exercise to my
Right.
life. You
Yeah.
know, I have to change how I speak to myself. I have
Mm-hmm.
to
Yeah.
change. I have to change what I put into my body,
Mm-hmm.
meaning like entertainment wise. I have to
Right.
delete a lot of socials, a lot of
Mm-hmm.
the gossip socials and everything like that. So
Right.
all of that is a part of your weight loss journey, because it's going to help you sustain it. It's going to
Mm-hmm.
help
Yeah.
you sustain it.
Yeah. So we like to talk. That's what we like to talk about in our 2021 challenge. We like to teach that we are a whole person. You are not just your weight loss. So, and if you don't have all those other areas of your life worked out, you it's you won't be successful with your weight loss, not to the degree that you could be if
Mhm.
you deal with the other issues, because chaos, you cannot produce good from chaos. You have to get some order in that, and like you said, God doesn't work in chaos. He
Mhm.
works in calm and stillness. and a plan, because He has a plan for our life. So that's where we got to start. We got to start with that mindset and kind of one by one, if necessary, clear up those little tornadoes in our life,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
little
I like
hurricanes,
that. Yeah.
and try to get them, to fuse into one so that we can be successful with our weight loss. And then you're successful in another area. And then you're successful in another area. So that's
Mhm.
what losing weight taught me, that I don't have to have these limitations. If I can do this, I can do that, and I can do that, and I can do other things. And I'm still doing that in my life, or improving, trying to improve some area of my life. I'm not never going to be perfect, but this gave me the knowledge and the fortitude to want to
Yes.
improve other parts of my life. And so with that, I lost my little thing. I was gonna
I think
add.
it
Go ahead.
I think another major component to the mindset and weight loss is a supportive community, a support system
Yes,
that is
that's.
backing you. So if
Mm-hmm.
you have, and I understand everybody's family dynamic is different, but I do want to say that my family has been 100% supportive of me. And so that also helps your mindset and helps
Mm-hmm.
your journey and helps your success in the weight loss as well.
Mm-hmm. And I was really young, so my family was, most of them, like the majority of both sides of my family, was not happy with this, because that in their eyes, it was a cheat code, or
Mhm.
a grudge
Mhm.
or something like that. But only people that were like, you can do this if you want to, were my parents. Everybody
Right.
was
And you
not.
know what? That was all that
Mhm.
mattered was your parents.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
And but now today, my family are uh all knowledgeable about weight because of me. Now they're doing
Mm.
all they listen to me because I'm going to preach it to them, right? So they have changed a lot of how we used to do things, how we used to eat, and more mindfulness. And that started because I had that surgery, and now they're like the biggest cheerleaders. They'll tell other people. My niece had that surgery, and this, that, and the third, and
You're right.
it
Right.
just took, like, to see it in a positive uh, way, to get them, to back. If that's what you need to do, then that's what you need to do. That's how it changed. But it took me to be an example uh, of success with it. So
Mhm.
also, what uh, things do you do to have bring that balance into your life, like on a daily basis, that aid you in your when you lost that other weight, and how you plan to keep losing the weight after the surgery?
So my starting weight, my highest weight that has been recorded was 353 pounds. Today I am 311 pounds. I'm still at 311, so I'm in that little standstill. So I can't even do the quick math on that. So, but that, like Kamika said, is more than 20 pounds. What I do is I get up and I pray. I try to read um my Bible to get in that mindset.
Mm-hmm.
Also, also, I have alarms for everything now. I have alarms, so my phone is always going off. Okay, take my morning pill, take the afternoon, take the evening, take the the night pill. So I have that. I have reminders for everything. I have sticky notes everywhere. I also have a calendar just to double back everything. So for me, writing what I need
Mm-hmm.
to do down, writing everything down helps me out
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
to help me because I could say it all day. Once I write it down, I'm like, okay, now
Real. It's
it's
real now.
mm-hmm, right. And
Mm-hmm.
you have taught us a couple of techniques to change our mindset, to change how we speak about ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
The 369 technique is my favorite one. Um,
Yeah.
and
I like that
so
one.
where you write an affirmation, it could be whatever you want to, speak about. you write it 3 times in the morning, then in the afternoon you write it 6 times, and then in the evening or how whatever the third time you write it 9 more times that day, and that has helped with seeing who I am or seeing what I want to see for whatever I'm doing in the
Mm-hmm.
future. So that is also something that I have picked up because of
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Kamika. And the last thing I would say that helps me is breathing. I have to sometimes stop, take a deep breath,
Mm-hmm.
inhale, exhale, and really think about how I'm going to react to whatever is happening around me, whether it's with the kids, whether
Mm-hmm.
it's with my mom, whether it's a customer that I have to reply to, and especially if it's not an an ideal response that they're giving to me. So I really take
Mm-hmm.
a breath and just, okay, God, what do I need to say here? What do I need
Mm-hmm.
to do? So that is something that I have been doing. I'm continuing to work on myself through that aspect, and I it is working actually. It is
Okay,
working.
awesome.
Hmm.
Awesome. So, did you notice when you're doing that uh you don't want to go, like when you stop work going off on somebody or telling them how it is, that you don't have to go and eat or drink something? Have you noticed that you don't do that as much anymore, or did you do that in the past?
Like just eating a drink, like snacking.
Yeah, like say you were upset and then it kind of settled a little. Did you ever notice growing, I mean, in your journey or in your life, that you might go get something to eat or drink or something like that?
Yeah, I used to have a little mini refrigerator, and I would just have it. Yeah, it's that has since been gone, but yeah, no, I did notice that maybe, after in my mid 20s, I noticed that, and I don't do that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I do
Yeah.
not do that anymore at this point, and it's because of surgery. I'm not even hungry like that.
Yeah.
I
Mm-hmm.
think every now and again I get that feeling of being hungry, but I'm not hungry. I'm at like a stand. I'm at a stand still.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I don't know how to explain it. Like I'm just like it's just there. I'm always not
Satisfied. You're not like,
satisfied. Thank
yeah.
you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Thank you.
And then, like like in the beginning of the surgery, you have all these hormones going on, and they are acting different because it's different in here, right? So
It's like
you have this period of satiety where you don't feel like that much hunger. You're not getting all these shots of dopamine because you're not eating sugar. It's just regular. I mean, it's how it's meant to be actually.
yeah,
But
right.
and you're getting less chemicals for the processed food and all of that. So you'll be in a period where you might not have hunger for a while, you know what I mean? But when that monkey comes back, that's techniques that you had before, they're gonna come in handy. Like you
Mhm.
said, this the stopping, thinking about it. Am I really hungry, or am I feeding an emotion? You know, that kind of thing.
Right.
And that has helped me. People ask what has helped over 20 years. I am very conscious of everything I put in my mouth. So so it's like, you're obsessed with food? Yes, I'm obsessed because I don't want that in my mouth and I don't want this in my mouth. This is okay, but you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Exactly.
especially with
And
everything
yeah,
they have in these
hmm,
foods,
yeah,
especially with everything they have in these foods, it's no telling. Like I've like that's another thing. I'm always looking at labels now. Like what?
hmm,
Nope. Get out. Get
right.
get this out of here. No. What is it? What is that? I can't
Yes.
even say this. No.
I'm at a point where, like, if I can count more than 12 chemicals in a thing, I'm not, like, no. I'm not gonna take
Right.
I'm not gonna eat that. So, and it made me a lot knowledgeable. Like you said, you were seeking out information. This even led me to getting degrees, you know what I mean? So
Mhm. Mhm.
seeking out the information and just get into the the lowest level of why these things do in our body. So I was really like nerding out on chemistry and
It's
stuff like
so
that.
much, and
Yeah.
that's the thing too. It's so much information out there. Sometimes,
Hmm.
especially now, you don't even know what is really true and what
Yeah.
is false. So I
Hmm.
also think that the information that you have provided, and not only just the information, it's guided.
Hmm.
It takes you step by step because, like again, somebody can say, "Okay, do this." Okay, well, how? What? How do I even start to
Hmm.
even go this route when it's easy to say this,
Hmm.
do that, do this, don't eat this, and okay, it's easy for you to say, but I have cravings, like, and
Hmm.
sometimes these cravings will attack you to, and especially so on top of the surgery, on top of going through the postpartum depression, I also had a tubal ligation, so that also jacked my hormones up
Nose up. Hmm.
and made it go
Yeah.
haywire. So my daughter is 7. So I've had the tubal ligation for 7 years. So the sweet craving since then has skyrocket skyrocketed.
Hmm. Hmm.
And so it was just I was like, oh my gosh, so I'm constantly eating sweets, constantly, I drank my sweets with Starbucks.
Hmm.
Um
Hmm.
that was my go-to. I drank my stuff because I'm an avid coffee drinker. But now I can't say I'm an avid coffee drinker. I haven't had coffee in almost 3 months.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and I can't drink it regular. So I have to have it, doctor all up and everything. So
Hmm.
that's
Hmm.
where to me that's where I, you know, have my sweets at. And then but ha- I don't even crave it anymore. Right? There's no craving for that right now.
Oh,
There's
that's
no
awesome.
craving. Yeah.
Yep, that's awesome. And it, like I said, it's gonna come back, but you don't have to like give into it. Like we learned in our class, you can say, you know what, shut up.
Mhm.
I'm in control of this, not you. So yeah, it's a little uncomfortable right now, but I'm in
Uncomfortable is
control.
an understatement. It's taking time to adjust to it, to assimilate
Yeah.
to this new life. But I, like you said, I don't think I would. I can't see myself not doing it again because
Mhm.
I used to always say, as long as I can move around, as long as I can still walk, let me just try to lose the weight on my own, and I will lose like 10 pounds. I will lose and then go back up. And then then there was a time where I couldn't even walk anymore. I was in so much pain, back pain and knee
Mhm.
pain. And so I had to figure out something. So I was one of those people like, no, I didn't want to have the surgery, not because I thought it was a cheat code or anything. It was
Mhm.
because I was just scared of surgery. I didn't want to
Mhm.
just go
There's a
through
lot of people
surgery.
like that too, scared of surgery,
Mm-hmm.
scared of
Yes.
medications.
I'm
Um,
scared of medications.
mhm.
Yeah.
And just like scared to lose their friend in this food. Actually, for real, they don't want to say it like that, but that is what happened. And so people be at a standstill and do nothing.
You want to know what I came to realize too? Like, I have like a fupa, and I used to always just like out of comfort, just like stick my hand right there. So I was just thinking like, what am I gonna do when this fupa leaves and everything like that? And so no, I totally understand that. Like, just scared to, and you know what? That's a real thing. Scared to succeed, scared
Hmm.
to see what's on
Hmm.
the other
Yeah.
side of the fear. That is a real
Hmm.
thing. That is a
Hmm.
real thing.
Yeah, there's a lot of fears, like the surgery, the medicine. It's just when, especially when something gets on the news and it starts this fear mongering, like like it was with the surgery. Now it's the injectable
Mhm.
GLP agonist. Everybody's going crazy about that. But in my
Mhm.
opinion, whatever vehicle you choose that's safe and healthy for you, go for it. If it's going to help you to live a less limited life, a more full life, and be able to even do any activities that you want to do. You can't physically do everything that you want to do. Not, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I told my kids as soon as I lose enough weight, we're going to the amusement park.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Yeah.
refuse to be one of those people who can't sit in
In the
the.
roller coaster.
I
Yeah.
refuse. I refuse. That is going to be
Mm-hmm.
the ultimate embarrassment for me. So I'm excited. I'm waiting for the rest of this weight to drop off. I'm just can't wait to see everything. I see the most weight loss in my face
Mm-hmm.
and
I did too.
in
Yeah.
in my
Mm-hmm.
inches and the inches
Mm-hmm.
and everything like that. So I can't wait for it
Mm-hmm. It's
to
coming,
finish
girl.
out the process. To finish
It's
out the process,
coming.
yeah. And I
It's
probably
coming.
should
We're
have
gonna
did
get
it a
celebrated.
long time ago. You're right.
Yeah. So,
Right. That's good. A weight loss party.
yay.
That is
Yeah.
so
Why
good. Once
not?
I get to my target weight, I will have a weight loss
But
party
look, that is awesome. Yes, people have parties for other. That's your
for
your
everything.
anniversary, or
Right.
you met the target. You got that promotion. Shoot, let's
Mhm.
celebrate. Yes, like we need to
Mhm.
make changing in obesity, the whole area of it, to talk, the losing weight, the how they are. This needs to be sought in a better light. So yes,
Yes.
we should have a party. We should celebrate. You know,
Yes. I'm gonna do
yeah.
that. I'm gonna make the party decorations and stuff like that.
Hmm. And she does very, 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 very beautiful party decorations, and just all the things for the party she can do for all types of parties. She is what is excellent. It's really good, really, really good work.
Oh,
So
thank
if
you.
y'all looking
Thank you
for
so
that,
much.
contact Jasmine if you want. If you're in the LA, Southern California
Well, I
area,
also ship too.
and
I
she
ship
ships too.
nationwide.
See, she
Hmm.
ships.
I've
But
even shipped to Canada and Paris. So
awesome. Yeah.
yeah.
So
So
yeah, she's out there. You can get in touch with her. She's an excellent, excellent crafter. Like excellent. Okay.
thank you
She
so
knows her
much.
stuff.
Thank
She
you.
knows her stuff. So I wanted to ask one more question, and then we can
Sure.
get out of here. How is this going to be different for the family inside and your relation and the kids and all of that? How do you see this changing, or do you see this going to make any changes for the family?
I do. Well, like I said before, my family has been extremely supportive. So they're excited for me. They are helping me because right now I'm still on light duty
Mm-hmm,
basically.
mm-hmm,
So they have helped me with anything that I needed with no lip. They're excited for me. They have
mm-hmm,
encouraged me, and that's another thing I wanted to let them know that their mom is not going to quit. Their mom is not going to, just sit there and take a beating and not
mm-hmm,
do anything about it because that's what it really was, a
mm-hmm.
beating on
Yeah.
my mind, body, and
Mm-hmm,
soul.
mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
but they're excited for me. They see me. I want to be an example to my daughter, as you
Mm-hmm,
know.
mm-hmm.
Um, and changing our how we see food,
Right.
changing the excessiveness of it all.
Mm-hmm.
Once you have one cookie, okay, one, two cookies, okay, you don't need this whole thing, or you don't
Dre.
need this.
Yeah, Dre.
Yes, yes.
Mm-hmm,
And
mm-hmm.
so what, and also my son, I love my son so much. He's looking up recipes for me
Oh,
to
so he's gonna be a little
try.
chef for
And
you.
yeah, he's a little chef and he's a baker. So he's
Mm-hmm,
looking up alternative recipes that I could have,
mm-hmm.
that will help me with my journey. So, and they're wonderful. I can't ask nobody else for nothing else. Like, I am truly blessed with my family and my kids.
That is a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful story and testimony. And I am so glad that you have joined the loser team, because we losing over here pounds, inches,
Right.
pounds off
Yes.
our mind, pounds off our body. We getting rid of the junk, okay? And
Yes.
you have joined the club. So high five
Thank
to you.
you so much. Thank you. I just want to thank you. I tell you this all the time, but I need to tell you this on this podcast that I would not have been able to do it if it wasn't for your help. Of course, God put me in a mindset to search out for the help that I needed. But I want to thank you. I want to thank my best friend Elizabeth and my family, because without you guys, I would not be where I am right now in this journey that I'm going through. And I feel more energetic. I feel more happy, and I'm not as groggy or anything
Mm-hmm.
like that anymore. And that's just with the learning and your teaching and your guidance and your support, and then the community that you set up and help support each other. And
Mm-hmm.
I just want to say I thank you so much. You are doing an excellent job, and I don't want you to ever think that any of your work is going down a drain, going or is just happening in vain, because people out here need this stuff, and they need the shift of the
Mm-hmm.
mind to in order to help them lose the weight that they need to lose and to keep it off.
To keep it up. That's a thing. Yes, that's my life's goal, to help as many people keep off the weight. For so long, I wasn't telling nobody what I was doing. Wasn't like I'm a band on it. I just wasn't being vocal. So yeah,
Right.
this gives me the opportunity to like kind of make amends for that, and then hopefully also help some teen girls that have our same uh, dilemmas and struggles and all of that growing up. So that is where we're
Yeah.
going with this now.
And even
But
preventative measures.
right, yep.
Hmm.
So uh, thank you, Jasmine. You've been wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. And where can these people find you at?
Thank you so much for having me. Well, you could find me on, I started a TikTok that follows my weight loss journey so far. So I'm working on loading up some more videos. You can find me at all that jazzy. I don't know. I think I might change it because I had to I might change it later, but it's ALLDATGJAZZY. And then for all my crafty business, all my crafty things, you can find me on all the platforms: Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and even YouTube. At Young's IAC. That's
Mhm.
YOUNGSIAC, and it's for Young's Imaginations and Creations. So you can
All
find me
right.
there. You could drop me a message and I'll respond.
And when are you going? You're working on your teaching or your course that you're going to do?
Yes, my first teaching course, I'm gonna be teaching how to make some graduation fans, but the fans are going to have a shaker element and it's going to have lights. So I will be getting that out to you by the end of this month in time
Okay, so we can
for
have an enrollment. We have an enrollment place
well,
that
this
can.
so what is going to happen is I'm gonna make the template. So you guys
Mhm.
can purchase the template, and then whoever purchases the template, you will have access to my Facebook group, and where you will learn how to make the fan, and then that's for life. Once you access that Facebook group, you have access to me or with any questions and everything for life. But you have to purchase the template first, and it's going to be easy purchase.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, so that is it for us tonight on our very, very, very first episode. Yay!
Yay!
On Shape Your Truth. Yes, you got to tell the truth here. You're going to be real, open, and honest. And on this podcast, we're going to talk about weight loss. We're going to talk about self development, and we're going to talk about self realization. So tune in every week on Monday. I think at we're gonna make it clear. I'm gonna put it out there, 6 or 7. Okay. So thank you all so much for joining us. Thank you, Jasmine, so much. We'll see you guys
Thank you
next
so
week.
much. Bye.